What's up, heathens? How ya doing? So in case you didn't know, we're still doing this whole monthly dumbass thing. If you haven't seen the previous monthly dumbass videos, then I have a playlist somewhere around here that'll pop up. You can go there, watch those, and vote for the monthly dumbasses of the previous months. Today we're going to be going over June's dumbasses of the month. If you guys will, there is a straw poll down in the description and in the comments section for you to go and vote for June's monthly dumbass. Be sure to watch all the way to the end so that you can vote for the best dumbass of the month of June. Alright, you guys ready to get into these dumbass comments? Comments of the day. Prepare to face palm yourself in the next week. Alright, what's our first comment today?
Boom! Pride leads someone to college. Jesus never went to college. I went to college. It costs way more than learning from a library. If you really want to learn and don't just want a degree and to not work, most people who go to college will burn in hell.
Somebody really doesn't like college, or somebody flunked out of college. It's like, I went to college, cost a lot of fucking money, and I don't have a job, so fuck college. It's like, I'm sorry, you got a degree that you can't use in whatever local area that you're in. I mean, I live in a very tech-savvy sort of area. Like, it's tech-heavy. It's also very degree-heavy. So you have to have an advanced degree in order to get one of these better-paying jobs out here. So it was very important that I go into a field that could be readily used in my local area.
I apologize in advance. I need a place to vent. Just saw my daughters after a visit summary from the doctor. She's 19. She can make her own decisions. I realize that. Yet I'm so incredibly disappointed right now. 6 vaccines after everything I've tried to teach her.
Oh, okay, so your daughter isn't a dumbass like you are, so therefore you're disappointed in her because she realized that vaccines are not harmful in any kind of way and they in fact protect her from various diseases and sicknesses that are out there? Really? You're disappointed in her for that? Seems like you need to have a new measure for disappointment here because honestly, I commend the young lady for going out getting vaccinated because that's what she should do. And the fact that you didn't vaccinate her kind of means that you're a shitty parent, if you ask me. And finally in the comments, we have prayer.
Send in prayers. Doctors are not God. The power of prayer is amazing.
Yeah, funny story. This one time my dad, he went to the doctor because his heart was giving him problems. So he came away with needing like a double bypass, right? Well, luckily everybody prayed for him on Facebook. And so when he went back, he needed a quadruple bypass on his fucking heart. So I'm so glad that God worked his magic on my dad so that he needed major heart surgery. I mean, he still needed the major heart surgery, but I mean, it was just like worse.
My brother died 3 times after laser eye surgery and was in a coma for 2 months.
Holy shit. He died 3 times after laser eye surgery? Okay, just a brief, perusal on Google does not render any kind of indication that you can die from laser eye surgery. I don't know if maybe there were complications from other things, and I don't mean to doubt your story here, but when I read, my brother died 3 times after laser eye surgery. After laser eye surgery. It feels like you're either connecting events that don't go together or what. Like, he had laser eye surgery and then he was struck by lightning where he died 3 times while people were trying to resuscitate him or something, and then was in a coma. I don't think the laser eye surgery caused the coma or the 3 times that he died. Anyways, I don't know. If you know that this is actually a thing that can happen, please let me know in the comments.
Doctors tried prepping us for the worst. I refused. He wasn't responding to commands and didn't respond to pain either. He made a full recovery. Pray and believe!
Yeah, because it wasn't the doctors that actually saved his life. It was God. God is the one that allowed him to die 3 times. God's also the one that gave him the shitty eyesight. God is the one that allowed him to stay in a coma for 2 months. But hey, you kept praying until something happens. And that's literally a verse in the Bible. Pray without ceasing. Wow. You mean if I continue to do something until something happens, and then I say that my prayers were the direct cause of that something, that means God did it? Oh my God, that sounds totally logical, doesn't it? No, it doesn't. What it sounds like to me is a false cause fallacy. And that's exactly what it is. Fucking idiot.
I hope you know that running your mouth to someone video isn't technically an argument. It's just you running your fat cocksucker to a fucking video. You need a fucking chick or a dude, who knows? You're fucking bored. 4 minutes through this one, rabble.
Although rabble is actually spelled with 1 L. I don't know how to actually say that extra L, so I don't know. Anyways, I love your constant use of just the single letter U to represent Y-O-U. I also love the fact that you leave off W and no, but will fully spell out running, someone, technically. I don't know why you shorten some words, but not others that are actually longer. I don't understand that. If you could elaborate on why people do this, I would love to hear it. But it just makes you look ignorant as fuck, because it just looks stupid. Also, I was responding to this guy's video, and I wasn't just running my mouth. I was actually explaining why he's wrong. This is in hopes that anybody that could have watched his video or hear similar arguments would find my video and get the other, side of the conversation. Not just one person's side of the conversation. Otherwise, it's just one guy saying, "Yep,
I'm right. The moon is hollow. There are aliens in it, and they're stealing our kids." You can't disprove me. Otherwise, you're just running your fat little cocksucker mouths out there. Hey, fuck you in the front row.
All right, this first comment here.
Level means flat, fucking idiot. Look it up. Oh, water always finds its level, and level means flat, not parallel to a center point, moron. Now, you have to be getting paid to be wasting this much time. Now.
First of all, level does not actually mean flat. Level and flat are 2 different things. Level is an orientation, whereas flat is a characteristic. Like, a shelf can be flat, but not level. So, these are 2, mutually exclusive things. Water does not find its own level. The forces acting on that water cause it to shape in different ways. So it's not the water that's doing anything. See, this is more of the whole cart before the horse kind of thinking. They've got shit backwards because the water is just a fluid and it reacts to whatever forces are exerted on it. And level actually means that it is perpendicular to the pull of the force of gravity. That's what, in a physics sort of context, that's what it means. So no, I'm not wasting my time, dipshit. Oh man, long post. Okay, let's see if we can get through this.
The problem with the homosexual community is that they refuse to consider the fact that their lives have been manufactured through toxins in the environment that have manipulated their hormones. They don't see the bigger picture and the future, as dark magicians always plan ahead and look to future generations.
Holy fuck! Now we have dark magicians? Oh, this is getting all Dungeons and Dragony up in here.
The goal for some is to create a second reproductive revolution, which could not take place without the acceptance and lack of critical thought reading things like rats. There are no rats without right action that involves grammar and logic.
You know, honestly, I'm surprised that he's got grammar in here, but the logic is just not fucking here.
Logic precedes ethics and morals. One legal professor who gave a talk talks about the brave new world with control over reproduction that includes uterus transfer, gene editing, and even mitochondrial transfer. No corporation, including government, can give you rights because corporations use information order as a commodity. Humans are nothing more than human resources to them.
I don't know what in the fuck this guy is on, but obviously he took some Dungeons and Dragons shit, mixed it up with some like technical technology, sort of sci-fi futuristic type storyline, and it's just melded them together in one particular universe that nobody lives in but this fucker. And finally in the comments, we have this dipshit.
Rockets can't propulse through a 10 negative torr.
I don't know if it's 10 negative torr or is it a 10 torr. It might be 10 negative torr.
Vacuum! Space travel is a hoax predicted on incredulous presumptions.
So, this is completely wrong. For one thing, like, space just... Okay, so, like, pure space has very, very low pressure to it. Like, near... Like, if not zero, then near enough to zero to be considered zero, right? It's not negative 10 torr or anything like that. They always want to spout that there's a negative pressure. I would love to know how you rationalize negative pressure, because you either have no pressure or you have pressure. Like, there's no negative pressure. But I'm assuming that he thinks that negative pressure is actually a vacuum. That's not actually... See, this is more cart before the horse kind of thinking. Because what a vacuum is that there's a void, and then the fluids, like air or water or something like that, they rush in to fill that void because of science and shit, like physics. That's what happened. This looks dirty, by the way. It just really does. But yeah, space travel's perfectly fine. We haven't figured out how to travel long distances or anything like that yet, although science fiction has figured out a number of ways to travel faster than light. But no, it's not predicted on incredulous presumptions. It's actually built on very well tested ideas and facts and shit. We have various ways of testing and showing you that these facts are indeed facts.
You're full of shit! Plum line has nothing to do with gravity.
Well, let's see. You have a plum, and it's pulled by gravity down towards the center of the earth. You put it on a string, and then you hang that string from somewhere. Then that's going to be the vector that is the force of gravity. So yes, the plumb line has everything to do with gravity. So, I don't know what in the fuck you're trying to tell me.
First comments. Ashley Hartz. Taking your morning sun will be so easy. Thank you!
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Taking your morning sun? I don't know what in the world of my morning... Like, how can you take my morning sun? Like, am I not going to wake up one day? Is this a veiled threat? Please, elaborate. Well, apparently right before that, she commented with...
Explain your fat... About a 3D circle, magnet rectangle circle with a hole in it, and a magnetic field of vibrations come from, and how we live on top of the flat side.
What? I don't even know what you want me to explain with this.
Explain light and sound are the same.
Light and sound are not the same. Light does act as a wave on occasion, but it also acts as a particle. Sound is an actual wave which is caused by the pressure in whatever medium it's in. Like, it increases and decreases pressure, it creates a sound. That's what a sound wave is. So I don't know what you mean, other than the fact that light can also be represented as a wave.
We live inside the center of the magnetic field and not inside an ice wall or a globe, as you say, with dirt and junk. You will never talk this stuff. Your master will not allow
it. Okay, I don't have a master, like, whatsoever, so I don't know. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
For you, Godless Pillsbury, ball spinners are busy with debates and insults, creating diversions from the simple truth. What is that simple truth? The earth measures flat! By landmarks all over the world, there is no curve. This will prove once and for all who are the brainwashed. Apparently you ballers are just educated dumbasses, dupes of the state.
Okay, first of all, Godless Pillsbury. I've been called Pillsbury before, so your insults don't really affect me. They're definitely not helping you get your point across, whatever the fuck your point may be. Next up, we're not busy with debates exactly. We're busy with a lot of things like the globe heads, if you will. Not exactly, preoccupied with debates necessarily, but just, spreading scientific information in general. That's not just the flat earth debate, but that's any subject that's in science, like climate change or evolution. And no, the landmarks don't measure the earth to be flat. What the fuck are you talking about? I have no idea what relevance that has to the world actually being flat. Are there buildings that are straight up, like in parallel with the plumb line, that is, where it's level, where meaning that it's perpendicular to the pull of gravity? Yeah, they are. That doesn't prove that the Earth is flat, though. Actually, a solid case could be made that if you measured two buildings that are far enough away, you would be able to detect the different angles of it. Like very long bridges, you can actually measure that yourself.
Who is this fat cuck shill?
Fat cuck shill. A triple, like this gets triple points. This is a 3-point comment right here because you got fat cuck shill. You are now evolving to combine ad hominems into like different things. I would love to hear you come up with more combinations of different things, not just like shill fat cuck or cuck shill fat. Or something like that. Like, actually come up with 3-word combinations that are insults, because I feel like that's the next evolution of the bullshit that you guys spill and the making no points. Which MF at the end is probably motherfucker, so you could probably say that this is like a 4 thing, but you really have to spell out the entire word in order for it to count. So you only get 3 points for this bullshit comment.
Wow. For over 10 years now, many people, including physicists, astrophysicists, college students, both current and post-grad, have been asking NASA and more recently SpaceX to mount HD cameras on or inside their rocket launches and give us a continuous live footage. Do they refuse to do this?
Well, no, actually, there's actual live feeds that go on during rocket launches and everything like that. Like, they're not like HD cameras, I don't think. I mean, I don't know the specifications for the cameras, but there are cameras actually on the rockets and everything like that. Like, there was a camera on the Starman. There was cameras on the outside of the rockets. That's how you got that beautiful shot of the payload, dismantling and showing the Starman, and they had that really great intro with that song that was playing. I believe it was just Starman by David Bowie, maybe? I know it was a David Bowie song. Anyways, but yeah, so there are cameras up there. So I don't know what you mean by people have been begging them to do this, because we already put cameras on there. Maybe they're not HD and that's your problem.
This would not be expensive, and our tax dollars pay for NASA. SpaceX also receives government subsidies. Again, our tax dollars. Please answer the question. I'd love to read the excuses.
Okay, so the research and development that goes into these rockets and these new technologies costs a whole lot of fucking money. And so they use that money that they either get from the government or that the government spends on research and development into these technologies. Now, true, it doesn't cost a lot to put cameras on these rockets, but we're already putting fucking cameras on the goddamn rockets.
Evolution theorists are far from logical thinkers and instead live in a place where reality doesn't exist.
Wait. So me believing in evolution, I'm the one that's illogical and don't live in reality? But the person that thinks that there's some fuck in the sky that farted out the universe and then sneezed on some dirt and then masturbated on the rib of the guy they just created to create a woman, that is reality? Instead of using real-world observations, they instead go back to the age-old tradition of making up imaginative stories. In the real observable world that we live in, intelligence and information only originates with an intelligent person. Then there's clearly no, information or intelligence in this comment.
Intelligence and information has never been observed to come from anywhere else. To deny that is not living in reality. Can an artificial intelligent robot build itself?
I mean, I don't think that just because it's a robot, it precludes itself from being able to repair itself or build another robot. You understand that we have robots now that build other machines, right? There are automation lines where robots are programmed to build other robots.
The answer is, of course not. Well, fucking shit. What's all them robots out there doing then? They're just building bullshit all the time? Is that what they're doing?
Also, if it's a highly advanced, like, AI robot, obviously it's meant to mimic an intelligent mind, and so therefore it could definitely build itself or repair itself or something like that. So I don't understand what your point is.
Well, the same logical principle applies to an even more complex human body. DNA is encoded information that sends instructions to cells.
Well, no, that's completely wrong. DNA is a chemical, and that chemical is sort of like a recipe for building proteins and amino acids and everything like that. So it doesn't send instructions anywhere, it just builds those proteins. Because that's what DNA as a chemical, does.
When has information not been attributed to an intelligent person?
Well, when information, quote-unquote, information exists in the natural world, I mean, I wouldn't say that needs an intelligent person. I mean, we need to be there in order to interpret the information as whatever information, but, I mean, that's just kind of like, I don't even know, that's fucked up.
Evolution scientists can continue to be delusional. The rest of us know better.
Oh, Christ, did you just say the rest of us know better instead of KNO? better? It really took me a second to even understand what your sentence was trying to say. No, you do not know more than a geneticist or an evolutionary biologist. This is Dunning-Kruger turned up to fucking 11.
If you can explain how life spontaneously came about from non-living matter or how information got into genome, then tell an evolution biologist he really needs your help.
So, for one, the evolutionary biologist definitely doesn't need my help. I'm a computer and software engineer, so my expertise isn't necessarily going to help in that area. All I can do is educate myself using the experts and their evidence in order to understand what the current understanding of the information is. And also, life wouldn't have like spontaneously came about. Like, there's a natural process that explains how that all happened. Maybe we don't have every single step like filled out, even though I think that we have most of the steps filled out. We don't need all of the steps filled out because we've been able to prove how amino acids and proteins and everything like that can form on their own. While we may not completely understand abiogenesis, it doesn't mean that it's not a real process.
Come on, poof boy. Everyone knows that homosexuals are pedophiles. Find me just one sodomite that doesn't like kids or even animals.
Well, wait a second. That doesn't like kids or animals? So are you saying that you don't like kids or animals? Because, I mean, I like kids. And I like animals. Granted, I'm not sexually attracted to either one, but you also didn't specify,
find me one homosexual that's not sexually attracted to kids or animals.
And I would probably point to, like, every fucking body in the LGBT community.
None of them. None of them are sexually attracted to little kids. You know what, you pudgy moron?
Oh, I cannot wait for the rest of this comment.
It's the very existence of shills like yourself which actually validate the conspiracies that you are supposedly trying to debunk. Did I mention you were a moron? You are a moron for selling your soul out in a temporary life, in a temporary world, for temporary green paper.
For one thing, I'm not selling out. I'm not doing this for money. Nobody's paying me to do this, so I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Not gonna do you any good when your flesh is burning and being consumed by maggots in eternal hellfire.
Oh, there are maggots in hell. Wait, why aren't the maggots being burned in the eternal hellfire? If I'm going to be burning in the eternal hellfire and then maggots are going to be eating my burning flesh, are these like fireproof maggots? Is this kind of like a Zelda Breath of the Wild thing where I can mix these maggots into an elixir and then I can become fireproof like them? That's how I'm gonna escape hell.
And just because you choose to believe, convince yourself, that something doesn't exist doesn't change reality and make your wish so. You can never change the truth, not with any of your lies, with any of Satan's eyes, not with any of your lies, nor with any of Satan's eyes.
I feel like that should be a song.
Whom by you are being greatly deceived. Don't believe in the devil either. You should. He believes in you. Godspeed to you, oh lost shield. Oh so lost shield.
Okay. Well, I'll be sure to mix up that elixir when I get down to hell, escape it, and then come back and kick your ass.
Alright, heathens, so those were June's best dumbasses. If you will, go down below, leave me a comment with who you picked for June's dumbass. Don't forget to vote in the straw poll as well, and make sure you smash that like button and subscribe if you like this kind of dumbass video. Don't forget to stand up and use your voice, and I will see you heathens later.